All right, good morning, everyone. Yeah, so I think my presentation is actually an extension of couple of pointers which we discussed in the last session. Going digital with Adobe Doc Cloud to simplify healthcare processes. I'm sure you get some idea after reading this particular title. The idea is what I'm going to talk about is how can we make digitization, how can we digitize the entire document and documentation process within the healthcare. And there are multiple touch point and multiple checkpoints where you need a document or documentation, some sort of, or maybe you require a sign of a patient or maybe some employees from the hospital. So basically as simple as even if you go for the consultation, you need to fill the form, you need to sign the form, you need to give it back, then you wait and then doctor meet. So I'm going to talk about how can we digitize, how can we bring a digital transformation within the healthcare organization. And that's why I said that couple of pointer which was discussed in the previous session. My session is actually an extension on how can we achieve, how can we execute and achieve that digital transformation within the healthcare. Patient and members, the healthcare members, they all need the information on their fingertip. In fact, the patient need the information and the transparency both at any given checkpoint. And I think one of our distinguished guests also talk about that the information is required by the patient family members and they want to see all the reports and everything. And they need it on their fingertips. And that's why we call it patient and member experience will going to be a digital first, because anything which you are doing right now, everything is getting digitally transformed. All the sector, all the businesses are getting transformed. And healthcare is also one of the sector which need a digital transformation. Pandemic was this one of the catalyst you can say, which actually told healthcare organization that they need to go to a digitally transform. They need to move from a paper-based processes to a paperless processes. And one of the idea of like a virtual visit, which is getting more and more popularity around the globe, including India, where you can set up a time with a doctor for a virtual consultation. And even this also is not a very much practical right now, because when you go for the consultation, you need to fill certain form, you need to sign certain forms. And that is the challenge why virtual visit or virtual consultation is not become a very day-to-day kind of a thing. But Adobe will help you to digitally transform those processes into a paperless and give it into the fingertip of the patient or anyone who want to take a consultation from the doctor on their mobile phone. The approach a healthcare provider takes to handle these end-to-end documentation will actually decide the impact of business of that particular organization. Also, it will create a better experience for their patient, for their employees, and of course, for the doctors. I remember like ma'am was telling that some of the senior consultants do not want to write on the computer. So we have certain solution where the automation can also play the role to create a documents for you. Now, more than ever before, healthcare organizations are under tremendous pressure because of this pandemic, COVID-19 pandemic, to evolve and how they serve members, the healthcare members and the patient. Paper-based documents, processes, and in-person meetings were like a old day kind of a thing. Now everything is getting digitized. Even like as I said, patient want to meet on a video call with the doctor. So there are certain challenges, and to overcome these challenges like disruptive condition. Healthcare is evolving very quickly around the globe, and we need a solution by which healthcare organization can also cope up with that particular challenge. Patient and members expectation. As I said, they need a information on their fingertip, they need a better experience, and just like any other domain, they want a digital experience from the healthcare sector also. The third is the internal efficiencies. Our admin are overburdened, organizations admins are overburdened with a lot of data which they need to enter into the system, lot of documents which they have to create. So we can do something to automate that particular thing. And the last but not the least, the reason behind going paperless from paper is the security. And we will provide, Adobe believe in the highest level of compliance and the security which we will provide in the paperless digital transformation. Now, how we will achieve this? I like to talk about our solution which is called Adobe Document Cloud, which is actually, sorry for that, I think it's some screen resolution issue. It's called Adobe Document Cloud, and it's an end-to-end digital transformation solution which includes our Acrobat, which is our flagship PDF application. I'm sure many of you right now might be viewing some kind of a document on your mobile phone or on your laptop. It is in the PDF format, and that particular PDF format is actually developed by Adobe systems 25 years ago. So we know better how PDF behave, how PDF documents work. Like, I'll tell you one example. I received one of my report in a digital format in my mobile phone. So what essentially happened, basically the healthcare representative, he actually scanned the printed report and send it back to me on my mobile phone. And then I need to zoom in to read the entire report, each and every line. Now, that's not what digitalization we Adobe talking about. When we talk about digitalization means when you open a report on your mobile phone, it should be in a mobile format. You do not need to pinch, zoom in and zoom out and read. So essentially, many people think that clicking a photograph of a printed document and sending it on a mobile phone through a mobile app is actually a digitization. That's not actually a digitization. You're just capturing a photograph and sending it. So Acrobat play a very important role there. Adobe Sign, Acrobat Sign is one of our flagship application which allow you to digitally sign the document. So like for example, clinical trial or virtual visit, virtual consultation. You ask patient to fill a form and sign the form. So those kind of a thing can be taken care by with the Acrobat Sign. And last but not the least, PDF Services API. We provide you a very powerful AI-driven, automation-driven APIs which you can connect with your in-house healthcare application which you are running. So, and we also have a very strategic partnership with Microsoft. So, if you are using any of the Microsoft product like Power Automate, Dynamics, so our API can get connected with that, and APIs can perform many kind of a thing. Couple of things I'll just verbally tell you. One is it can dynamically generate the document taking the data from your database and create a personalized documents for your patient or for the employees, whoever you want to give in just one single click. Also, it can also extract the information from the existing document and put it in your some kind of a analytical data. Like one of the members talking about that if we gather all the data and we can see some analytical report from that data. So we have a sort of a API which read the entire PDF document, extract the information from the document and put it in some kind of a analytical system which you are using. I'll show you a quick click-through sort of a demo where a person is trying to set up a virtual consultation and the hospital want a document to get it signed. So there will be an initiator experience who will initiate the document to get it signed. Then there is a signer experience who is the patient who will sign the document, and then there will be of course a counter signer who will check the document and counter sign the document from the hospital side. Sarah Davis, she is a nurse practitioner and she is working in Contosa Healthcare, and she has to send some forms to patient to electronically sign before having a consultation with the doctor. She opened the Adobe Sign interface, and on this particular interface, she select the request e-signature. She put the email ID here of the patient. Then she also add herself for counter signing. Then she write, let me just go back. Yeah, then she writes certain messages there like what all this document is all about, what you need to sign and all that. Then she will add the document. Now here also, you can connect any of your services from where you can pull your documents which you want to attach. Now this is the form. This form is generated with the help of Acrobat. Now even if you have a, let's say, printed form and you want to get it converted into a digital form, you can do it in one single click with the help of our Acrobat application. Now this is the place where the patient will sign. So this is a preview of the form which Sarah is looking before sending it and checking, counter checking that, okay, this is the final form which she is sending. Now she will press the send button to send this particular document. So now the document has sent. Let's meet Jonathan. Jonathan is the patient and he has to meet the doctor, and before meeting he has to sign a certain documents. He will receive a mail from Sarah on his email inbox. Now this is a email, right? So Jonathan can access this email on the go also. So he can open this email on the go also, or he can open on the desktop also. He will click on review and sign. He will fill the entire form. He will sign the form. He will put the reason why he is signing this particular document, like a consent. Then he will click to sign and the document has get signed. Now Sarah has to counter sign it by checking the document that patient has signed a document or not. So she will go in her interface, click on view and sign. She will log in her account. She will fill this form, she will check that everything is correct, then she will counter sign and approve this form. And that's how the entire end-to-end digital transaction is completed of document signing. If she want to check some audits, if everything is legally correct, there is an audit report which will get generated, and she can look the transaction ID, the each and every step on what platform the signer opened the document, is it laptop, mobile, what is the IP address, everything will get captured for legal audit report. So when you go for an in-person visit, it will take approximately an hour, 2 hours to reach there, fill the form, wait for. And if you do go for a, let's say, a digital virtual consultation, you only have to fill a digital form, digitally sign it, and you get into the digital consultation. That's one workflow. Adobe can help you to achieve any of this. In the red color which is mentioned is the healthcare workflows, be it clinical trial or enrollment or anything, HIPAA forms, anything which you can imagine, we can help you to convert that. Needless to mention, we have the highest level of compliance and security. We follow the HIPAA compliant FDA 21 CFR Part 11, which is required for the healthcare, and we are also GDPR and PCI compliant. So at the end, I would like to say, transform your healthcare organization, which will make more efficient and more better. Thank you. I'm here. If you have any question, I'll help you to answer. If you have any of your use cases and want to discuss, I'm here. Thank you.